brightness up. Let's see. What's up, bro? I see you up there. You already know, man. You already know. So I'm just waiting for a little bit of people to come in. Thank you, bro. What's up? What's up? Salute to you too. What's up? Amethyst. 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 I've been here watching y'all guys bring the fire. Man, we're gonna continue to do it. Man, I got some, bro. I got something from a guy that works at one of these college libraries. And bro, man, I hit a lick. I hit a strong lick real quick, bro. It's gonna be here by July 21st. Man, when that lick get here, bro, they gonna be really mad then. Cause all the information I'm already bringing out now from all these old books, from these Spaniard books, old conquistador books, bro, man, they mad. Man, you should see all the Native Americans out here tagging me videos. Majority of them not even tagging me videos. But some of them tagging me videos, boy, they heated. And when they tag me in these videos, tell me why they ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing, bro. All they doing is slandering. But they can't come out here. They can't spit not one knowledge, bro. They can't even bring me one Spanish expeditioner that described them to the T. But every expedition I bring out, they always talking about black folks. Black folks being Indians, bro. They mad at that. So, bro, I just bought this. Let me show you what I just bought. Wet Dreams, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. I was emailing, you know what I'm saying, somebody that works at a college. So I was looking around for this very, very old Webster dictionary book. I was looking for another international one. I was looking for something from the 1800s. So I emailed this guy. I said, hey, I'll buy it right now if you accept my offer. I'm talking about way before they even about to put it on auction. And that's the book right there, the Webster International Dictionary for the English Language, 1891, large antique. This is an antique. This is the first edition of the international one. I'm not talking about the one that came out in the early 1800s. Those was just the basic English. I was looking for the world dictionary because when you look for world dictionaries, now you got the Latin, now you got the German, now you got the Old English, you got all that right there. So when I'm looking up the N word, I'm looking at what the world was calling the N word, not some freaking white man from the 1800s. I'm looking at what the world was calling us. What was the N word classified in the 1600s, 1500s? Who was really the N word? When you go into these old books, when you start to tap in, man, you'll find out your whole life, your whole educational system, everything what everybody called you was a flat out lie. And they used this thing called modernism. There's a such thing, modernism, to change things, to change it. Do you know how many times definitions changed in the last 500 years? If you want to know the truth behind the English language, you got to look up Latin. If you want to know the truth behind the English language, you got to look up the old German language, a little bit of Greek, and a little bit of old Spanish. If you want to know the truth behind the N word, you got to look up old Spanish. You can't go to Google. You can't go to Google and type in these definitions and expect to get the most accurate definition. No, sir. You got to get these books right here. The older the word, you gotta that's how old the dictionary need to be. So if they were saying the N word a lot around in the 1500s, then you need to get a book, the oldest dictionary that you could find that actually talks about that word. Not the latest. Hold that thought real quick. Let me check on my boy. You good, son? You good? All right, go ahead, sit down. You'll be okay. You'll be okay, man. You'll be all right. Here you go. He just want to sit in there like, come on, son. Here you go. So as I was saying, if y'all wanna learn anything about anything, especially dealing with words, you gotta pick up these old dictionaries. If anybody come to you with a Google definition, clown him up and down these streets, insult his intellect, and pick up a real dictionary. Yes, an etymology, but even the etymology side of Google, even that can't be trusted. You got to pick up these old books because that's going to give you the real etymology. Right? So I was telling this guy, you know what I'm saying? I tried to go ahead and get the book real. I tried to get the book as cheap as I can because I know for a fact if I'm finna buy a dictionary from the 1800s, I know he finna try to bust my head, especially before it hit auction. So I'm like, hey man, I'm asking him, man, let me get it for $150. This man was talking about selling it for $1,000. He was talking about selling it for $1,000. But in another conversation, I was like, hey, you got a lot of old books up. And nobody isn't viewing them. Not even nobody don't even got them on a bid list. I said, look, man, this is your chance to go ahead and sell one of your books right now, one of your old books right now. So let me get it for about $1. He said, go ahead and make it $2. I said, no, let's make it $150. He was like, no, let's make it $2. Cause when I put it up there on the auction, I'm gonna make it $1,000. I'm like, hey, sure, I'll go ahead and cop that before you put it on auction. So I went on and got that. So this the book right here. This the book right here. Webster's International Dictionary, unabridged, the authentic, unabridged, revised, and I can't see the last one. And then I believe it says enlarged. So the goal is to go back as far as you can. Go back as far as you can to with these books, because I'm pretty sure there's some pretty accurate information. Because the funny thing about these international books, it gives you a brief history of what happened during that time. Right? Bless you too. This is the last slide I'm gonna show of this right here. This book is from 1891. 1891. Right? So, as I was saying about the Native Americans in my last live. Hey, don't start. As I was saying about the Native Americans in my last live, I posted up a book from the 1600s that was talking about the Powhatan people. They was one of the first Indians that was so-called discovered in the early 1500s by this dude named Captain Smith. And Captain Smith, guess what his complexion was? Guess what Captain Smith's complexion was? Captain Smith was a dark man. He was a dark man. And Captain Smith, he said no, he wasn't white. Let me show you. I knew somebody was going to come up here. Captain Smith was white. He was white. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Let me show you. Before y'all even start making yourself look like a fool. From this book right here. The General History of Virginia, New England, and the Summers, and so on and so on and so on. Then we talk about the adventures and everything. I'm going to show you. Yeah, keep on saying he white. Keep on saying he white. Your modern, your so-called white teacher said that he was white, but he wasn't described as that. Oh, my boy. So I believe it's right here. No, is it right here? No, it wasn't right here. Right here. Good old Captain Smith. There go Captain Smith right there. So let me turn this camera around so my face can stop popping up in it. Here we go. It said 2 days after the Powhatan. Now, I'm going to let y'all know some of these words I'm not going to be able to understand or say. So it is what it is. How you would get a photo of somebody from the 16th? Bro, shut up. Look, it says 2 days after the Powhatan having it says disguised himself in the most fearfulest man. Like I said, some of these words, because if y'all know that the S is shaped like an F in these old books, and it's kind of like cursive almost. But it says he could cause Captain Smith to be brought forth to the great house in the woods. Now I'm gonna skip on down. Now we know who he's talking about. There go Captain Smith. Now we're gonna skip on down where Captain Smith started describing what the Indians look like, right? So it says, not long after, behind a mat, okay, see that word? And it says, divided the house, was made the most desolate noise he ever heard. And it says, then Powhatan, more like a devil. Here's the part right here. It says, then Powhatan, more like a devil than a man with some 200 more as black as himself. So he stated that the Powhatan Indians, there was 200 Powhatan Indians, right? There was 200 Powhatan Indians. That's what they call, Powhatan Indians. That's how this is what it says right here. The Powhatan Indians in Virginia. And later on they rechanged their name to freaking Pumonky or something like that. But it says he saw 200 of these Indians, right? And he said that these Indians was as black as himself.
Is this a word?
Let me see. Where?
That word right there.
Paleo Americans?
Or is it this?
It's Powhatan. Like Pow. I keep saying Po, but it's Powhatan. Or is you looking at Pumonky? Or Pumonky or something like that.
No, it's like...
It's Powhatan.
Oh, this was like Peri. But
No.
it was saying he seen Christopher Columbus seen people that look like these.
Oh, I got the book. I got
And
the
then
book.
they was like, them people, that's what they call them. They call them mixtures, the half breeds or whatever. Saying they mixed with I'm gonna tell you what I learned.
All right. But as you can see, Captain Smith out here saying, "Hey, these Powhatan Indians is as black as myself, all 200 of them." So for the guy that's out here talking about no, Captain Smith was white. No, he wasn't. He just described himself as black as these Indians, bro. So y'all could stop the little foolish games out here talking about these people. No, it's called Powhatans. Powhatans. Powhatan. It might be the same people. It might be the same people. Who knows? But they names changed over time. Boy, shut your mouth, bro. You stupid. You slow. Man, bro. Just to defend their racism, bro, they gotta blind themselves with so much ignorance. Y'all could read a whole journal about this guy, his own memoir about himself, and he would describe himself as a black man, and you would say, "Oh, he's black because he worked hard." Bro, first of all, if a white man working hard in the sun, he turn red. He don't turn dark. If a white man's working in the sun, he don't turn dark. He turn red. So what you mean? So why if Captain Jones was saying, Captain Smith was out here saying, "I'm a white man." Oh, he would say basically these Indians is as white as myself. Or he would say these Indians is as red as myself because of the blood within my skin, because I worked hard in the field. That is why I am red, and that is why these Indians are red. Come on, bro. Stop making yourself sound stupid, bro. We were looking at the same book clear as day. Captain Smith was describing the Indians. He said they're as black as him, as himself. I'm not gonna play no games with you. But let's go back. Let's go back to this boy really ran across my screen. Right, dang. I'm not gonna be able to see it because I only take the size of these photos. I took them for only my videos. But anyways, let me turn this background off because I was gonna show you where. No, never mind. It wasn't that. Let me show you it's from this book right here. Let me show you. It's this book right here. Did y'all know? What's up, fam? What's up? Did y'all know that they edited Christopher Columbus journal up to 3 to 4 times? Did y'all know that they revised Christopher Columbus journal up to 8 to 9 times? So that means if you're editing somebody's journal, we're talking about somebody's mental thoughts, what he's seen, what he described, his perception of reality, his perception of what he's seen, how he feel. How can you edit somebody's thought process, bro? How can you edit somebody's journal? That's just like me creating a diary, right? And I get my diary published. You can't come out here and edit my diary. That's my personal feelings, my personal thoughts, and my everyday experience in this realm. So how can you come up here and revise Christopher Columbus journal, bro? You can't do that. So they falsifying documents, they lying on a dead man, and his descriptions on how he perceived reality. Yes, they altering his words. They took out some words. They changed the complexions of how he described people. They even changed the texture of hairs, the description of the texture of hairs in his original journal. But guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. What they forgot to do. They forgot to edit the books that strictly copied from Christopher Columbus journals. They forgot to eliminate the books that quoted straight up from his memoir. And we talking about books that was at least 100 years after Christopher Columbus, or 200 years after Christopher Columbus. Yes. Okay. So they forgot. I don't care what the heck Christopher Columbus is. He's a dude that was part of history, and he's in the past. And evidently he had to been somebody big, because y'all white folks coming out here lying about what he described. And you lied about the complexion of Christopher Columbus. The man was a black Sephardic Jew. He was a black Sephardic Moor. And y'all sitting up here lying about this man. There's a lot of stuff y'all lied about Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus out here promoting black people. They twisted up his journal and all that mess. And my people was ignorant. So I'm going to show you from this book right here. They quoted straight up from Christopher Columbus' real journal. Not that freaking BS that y'all keep on picking up. That promote these freaking, Mongolians. He ain't said nothing about seeing no yellow-skinned people with straight hair in the Bahamas. He ain't never said that. He ain't never said, oh, I saw people that had freaking hair like a horse. He ain't said that in his journal, bro. I don't care if they see my feet. My feet sexy. But here. Yeah, he ain't said nothing about, oh, I'm describing people that got horse hair. He ain't said that. He ain't said that. Let me show you what he said. Let me show you what he said. No, I gave him the cup with a straw. Dang, it's cut off. Some of it's cut off, bro. Forget it. We're going to read it the best way we can. But it says the Bahamas. Look, y'all got my face detected. I don't know why y'all got that. But it says the Bahama Islands, when discovered by Columbus, are stated to have been inhabited by a numerous race of Indians of a mild and peaceable disposition, indolent in their habits, and little, if all, accustomed to cultivation of the soil. They are described, pay attention, as being a dark and dingy hue with long black hair. With long black hair. Did they say with long straight hair? Did they say with hair like a horse? Or did they say with long black hair? If you are already dark and dingy, do you know what the word dingy mean? Do y'all know what the word dingy mean in the 1800s, 1500s, and 1600s? Do you know what the word dingy mean? Dingy don't got nothing to do with your clothes. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all clothes. Do you know what the word dingy mean? This is a dictionary that's talking about all of the history in the whole entire Americas. Some Tainos came dark. No, all of them was dark, my people. So let me show you what the word dingy mean. Let me find it in my International Webster book. Hopefully it got the proper definition of dingy. Even though dingy goes back to, hold on, let me put up this definition of dingy so y'all can see. There go dingy right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up Webster's definition of dingy. So go ahead and look at that. Down there at 1848 and 1816. This book that I'm showing y'all was written in 1812. It was written in 1812. So you got to look at definitions that was around from 1812 all the way up to the 1820. Now, some books in the early 1900s still have the same definitions from the early 1800s. So look at the word what dingy mean. You see? How are you reaching when y'all see the word dingy? How is it reaching when you see the god dang on word what dingy mean? You must be, straight idiot. A fool. A troll. Because you got to really have a mental problem to still disagree when we all looking at the same goddamn thing. We all saw what this book quoted from Christopher Columbus Journal. And you really gotta be some type of slow. So you gotta be some type of slow to say you're reaching. So let me get to this definition of dingy in this book real quick. Oh, you got a mental problem, trust me. You got a mental problem. It's either you got a mental problem or you got a racist mental problem. I think you got a racist mental problem. Okay, D-U-D-I-K, D-N, we at dim, where is it? D-I-N-G, here we go, dingy, is it here? Dingy, as in, so, here we go, I got it, and it's a more beautiful definition than what this Google etymology is stating. Again, don't really put much faith in Google. Please don't put much faith in Google. But let me turn this around so y'all can see it. We got a dingo. And we got, where is it? We got dingy. All right, here we go. Dingy. We got dungy. It's English. Well, here we go. Dingy. Of a dark or dusky color. Dark brown. Grimy. Do I gotta say it again? Do I gotta read it again? What do dingy mean? Of a dark or dusky color. What color is dusk? It's brown. Dusk ain't no goddamn yellow. Dusk is not a pale red yellow. Dusk is brown. Go in there, somewhere real dirty in your house that probably got dust. Wipe your finger on it and tell me what color that dusk is. It's brown. It's either dark or brown. It ain't no goddamn yellow. Now here we go. We got dark brown. Grimy. What color is grimy? What color is grime? It's black, like tar. So when Christopher Columbus said, let's go back to when Christopher Columbus said, hey, these people are, what did he say? He said these people of a dark, that's one. When we talk about dark, that's the dark spectrum of a hue color. So we already at the dark area of the spectrum of hue. Then we got to the color dingy. Now we looking at dark brown. He said with long black hair. Okay. Long black hair. Long black hair. Let's look at the Aboriginal Bahama people. Or how about we look at this old photo, this old sketch of the natives of the Bahamas. They sure do look dark and dingy to me. Look at those fake colonizers. But look at those dark, dingy people. Look at that dark, dingy Taino that they say that, oh, they're no longer here. Everybody down there is a Taino, bro. Look at this modern people of the Bahamas. They sure do look dark and dingy to me. Look at this individual from the Bahamas practicing his traditions from long ago. He sure do look dark and dingy to me. Look at these women living in the Bahamas. They sure do look modest, pleasant. What Christopher Columbus said about these people? Indolent to me. So how you going to sit up here and say that Christopher Columbus ran into yellow people when he straight up said, oh, I ran into dark and dingy people with long black hair? So most likely they had long black hair. They apply heat, buffalo dung, soil, clay, all these things to their hair to straighten it. Or they had locks. Get out of there. Get your butt out of there. Go in there, sit down. Or they had locks. But these Native Americans, they want you to think it's these little things. Do they look dark and dingy to you? Do they look indolent to you? Do they look civilized to you? Because Christopher Columbus said he ran into some people. Hey, get in here. Christopher Columbus said he ran into some people that were civilized, that had law, that had order. These people looking like they came out of the goddamn caves. So what you talking about? Come on, man. Christopher Columbus did not run up on people that look like this. These are people that's part of the Native American Party. And I'm going to show you what that is. Why you in this right? Get out of here. Don't near look dark and dingy at all. These are fallow people. Fallow, that means you're yellow and red. Look at that. When the conquistadors came over here, they was describing the people as an olive. You tell me. You mean to tell me? All right, I'm gonna look it up. You mean to tell me? Where that picture? Right here, right here. No. Live with you. I don't even know who you is, son. You mean to tell me this is the indigenous olive in Spain? When these Spaniards was writing these books, again, I said it in my video, who was the audience whom these Spaniards was trying to appeal to? They wasn't writing these books for American Indians. They wasn't writing these books for Germans or nobody else. They was writing these books for their kings and noblemen and people around back in their country. So when you're picking up a Spanish book, a Spaniard book of his voyage and his descriptions on the land and the people and all this stuff, he's writing back to his people on what he discovered here. So if he say, I ran into a group of people with feathers and their persons and all this stuff was out in their personalities, there was nobles, but they were savages and barbarians and all this stuff. But he said their complexion is like the olive. Again, what olive is this Spaniard talking about? He ain't talking about no American olives because no Spaniards ain't over there. Just a basic Spaniard. None of them ain't over there. They back at home. So he writing his books for the people back at home. So when they say, okay, they look like the olives, they talking about the red olives. They not talking about no green olives because everybody know in the world ain't no such thing as a goddamn green person. When these Native Americans pick up these old books and say, oh, we look like the olives, they talk about that green one. Then they try to put this green olive next to their skin and say, see, we match the olive. So they basically out here talking about, I look like Yoda from Star Wars. They complexion. We're not talking about the olives that's in those green jars that lost its color over time. We're not talking about the American olive that's green. Then when you put it in a jar of vinegar, it loses its coloration. It become a yellow. We ain't talking about those olives. That's an olive that been manipulated. We talking about a pure olive that's either black or green or brown. Those are the complexions of an olive that have not been altered by vinegar. So y'all see that olive, right? So when Christopher Columbus came out and said, hey, these people look like the olive, he's talking about that red to black one. Because they already know, these Spaniards know god dang well he ain't talking about no green people. So look at that olive. Have that olive in your mind. That red one and that kind of dark brown one. Keep that in mind. Now look at this boy. And look, I even got a mongoloid right behind him. Now, tell me again, what that olive looking like? What that olive looking like? Hold on, let me put a sticker up. Can I put a sticker up? Dang, I can't put a sticker up. What that olive looking like, y'all? The indigenous olive to Spain. What is looking like? It's looking like that boy in the red shirt. It's looking like that boy in the black shirt. It ain't looking like Ken folk back there in that blue shirt. That's them picking up that green olive, talking about some. Oh, we the green people. But tell me why these people, two boys in the front, look exactly identical to those reddish brownish olives. You know these folks. You know these freaking Native Americans. They clowns, bro. Clowns. Straight clowns.
And guess what they know? And guess what they know? You say you black and that's not important, but guess
Look,
what?
cousin,
I'm not gonna cuss at this person. You say you black, but guess what? All black people, all skin folk ain't kin folk. You might be black, but that don't mean you my people. So if this don't apply, get up off the live and keep it moving. Period.
Right. What? Wait. He not black. He not black. He a impersonator. How many followers you got? Yeah, you an impersonator. You ain't black. There be white folks coming on here talking about they black. They ain't black, bro. They ain't black. We got actually people that's here sitting up here trying to learn. And you out here talking about some blah, 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 blah. You know for a fact, because it's this information that's cutting you deep. Why would Christopher Columbus even mention skin color if it wasn't important?
Skin color is very important because if it wasn't important, we would be in the position that we are in today. Do not want to hear that BS. Talking about skin color is not important. Yes, it is.
Again, these people of the past wouldn't even mention these people complexions if skin color didn't matter. Clowns, bro. Y'all straight clowns. Straight clowns. Hold on. Now, let me go to this word native. The word native. Let me show y'all something that's very interesting about the word native. Again, this book right here is a book from the 1925. This is a Webster's International Dictionary. So this dictionary got pretty much every single word in the world that the world Okay, I made it to O, so I gotta go back to N. It's like I'm skipping N. Okay. Y'all don't want to see what the N word is in here. Once y'all see the N word in this book, if y'all see the N word in this book, you're gonna learn that the N word was actually an origin of people. An origin of people. And not every black person was an N word.
He said black people that focus so much on skin color are still enslaved.
Okay.
See,
if we don't focus on skin color, we're gonna be enslaved.
That was stupid. That was an ignorant statement. He said that no matter how much you want to, we still enslaved. Period. Fool. We ain't gonna be free until we really just stop following the government.
No, we ain't gonna be free until we liberate this country from y'all. Get y'all butts out of here. That's when we really gonna be free. Dano. Your name ain't Dan. Your name ain't Dan. So let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Cause this dude a clown. I already did. Now check this out. Now we get into the word native. We're going to the word native. Native is synonymous, right? It says native, natural. It says native, natural, indigenous, aboriginal, original. Let me explain something to y'all. If I want y'all to keep this in mind. No, not yet. Keep this in mind. Native means natural, indigenous, aboriginal, original. I'm finna show y'all that this word native does not apply to the Native Americans today. Let me show y'all something. You see that this word native is all caps, right? So this means this is a different type of native. It's all caps. So let me go to this word, this special little word. Yeah. Let me go to this funny little word called it was actually two definitions, but I'm gonna go. Let's go to this funny little word called American. Then after that, we're gonna go to this funny little word called Mongolian. I'm getting there. I am getting there. Oh, it's page 70. I'm tripping. Okay, American. We're gonna look at the ethnology of American. Is it what you want to read?
If you want me to.
It means you gonna back up so I can read.
I'm trying to see.
It says designating the division of mankind which compromises comprises the Indians of North and South America. A distinct back. It says a distinct American race was first expressly recognized by Linnaeus. It says many ethnologists regard this race as merely an offshoot of the Mongolian. So think about that word native. They just said American, specifically talking about the Native Americans. It says that they was an offshoot of Mongolian. Now go back to that. Probably. So let's go back to that word. Let's go back to the word native. Remember, they just said an American Indian is an offshoot. I can't hear myself over there. All right, there we go. Let's go back to the word native, right? They just said American Indian. It's an offshoot of Mongolians. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Go back to that word native. Native. Native is it right here. It's a naturalist. T-U-V. T-U-V. No, I'm past it. You say what? What makes it a credible source? The older it is, the more credible it is. That's why I go by. Historians don't go by. Actually, historians do go by what is older. The rocks they dig up, the fossils they dig up. So why can't we use the same persona when it comes down to books?
Because you're gonna have a lot of people always asking you, okay, what is that source? Is that a reliable source?
A dictionary is a reliable source.
Because I just was on the side last night and this girl, she was debating something. People was talking about where your source is. We need credible sources. So
Actually, something is deemed credible unless the person believes it's credible. So a person can believe that another definition of native is credible, and I could believe another definition of native is correct. I mean, like I said, the best way to me to prove that something is credible is going back deeper in history instead of going forward in history. There's no such thing as an outdated term. A term is a term. We still say the letter A, that's outdated. We still say the word the, that's outdated. We still say the word boy and girl, that's outdated. There's no such thing as an outdated thing.
I'm just reminding before you finish. I'm just reminding, like you just said, the farther you go back, and like somebody just said in the comments, like first readings or first findings of some old literature or whatever. And I'm reminded of how in most black families or communities you have the elder people, your grandma, your granddaddy, talking about we was Indians, whatever. And a lot of that history died with a lot of them because they don't pass it on to their grandkids or their children, grandkids, etc. So that makes me think when that person, when that Dano person was like, why is this important? Like, what does it really matter? It matters because the position that we are in now, because just like I was just telling my mom last night, if I know my, right now, like how I'm trying to find my roots, like, go as far as back as I can. If I known this information, I wouldn't have to sit up here and prove to somebody else that what.
I gotta get to cut my phone off for 7%.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to the point.
But you ain't got to the point. But as I was saying, y'all seen that the term American, it had that the word, it said that they was offshoots of the Mongolians. Look, it says native, natural, indigenous, aboriginal, original. If you are an offshoot of the Mongolians, you are not native. You are not natural. You are not indigenous. You are not aboriginal. You are not original. That is natural as here compared, which belongs to something by nature. So if you was just like the trees that grow here, just like the corn that grew here first, there was here by nature. So Mongolian, Native American man, who you call yourself a Native American man, was you here by nature or did you come here from another country? Was your DNA originally here by nature or did it come here? So that means you are not native. You are not natural. You are not indigenous. You are not aboriginal. You are not original. That is natural as here compared, which belongs to something by nature or which is formed by nature. Native commonly heightens in implied contrast with what is acquired or artificial. Guess what? You are artificial and frequently denotes, especially in the case of qualities. So like I said, scientists already said your DNA go back to Siberia. Your DNA go back to the Eskimos, and the Eskimos go back to what? Russia. Your DNA goes back to the Mongolians. They tried to suppress that. Did y'all know they tried to suppress the DNA? Ancestry.com tried to suppress the Mongolian DNA when it came down to Ancestry.com, when it came down to Native American. So like I said, you are not the original American. I don't got time for her right now. I'm on the ball. I only got 5%. I'm only got 5%. Cause we're gonna pick this back up another day. So let's get this here. Yeah, she Native American. You're right. She is a Native American. She's a person that was born in America. She's a native. She is not an all cap native. She's not all cap native. Where's that all cap native? I just had it. She is not all cap native, but she is a native. Born with one. Inherent. You are born in a country. By birth, you are a lowercase native. You are not a all cap native. So let's get down to the Native American. Block that word out. Native American what? What was you originally? You was called the Native American Party. Native American, hey, get away from over there. Native Americans. The term Native American, it used to be termed Native American Party. Your very name started as a political party. You was not even a nation. Native American Party, U.S. politics, a party with principles similar to those of the Know Nothings. Y'all need to research the Know Nothings, or American Party. Research the Know Nothings American parties is going to expose the truth about these so-called Native Americans today. I'll rest my case. I'm going to end it right there because I'm on 2%. I'm on 2%. Y'all learned something today. The Native Americans is nothing more but a political party, but they're no longer a political party no more. They are now deemed as a reservation Indian. Look up reservation Indians. I left you some homework. Look up the Native American Party and look up the organization called the Know Nothings. And then you're going to learn everything that these Native Americans are not who they say they are today. I rest my case. I'm gone.